Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to LeTip Live. LeTip is an organization of like-minded individuals brought together to help each other's businesses grow and flourish. And today we have a treat. We have a very special treat for you today, live in studio. We have Matt Libien, who's a financial advisor. So if you are watching live with us today, you have a question, comment, concern, you can put it in the comments section. We can answer it live with Matt today. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Matt Libien.
Hi. Thanks for having me, Doug.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, my pleasure.
So Matt, let's dive right in and get to know you. So what exactly do you do?
Well, so it's a little difficult for me to talk about what I do on a live broadcast like this, just because I haven't this is sort of off the cuff. You and I are getting together sort of last minute. But what I would really love to talk about, because I think we're going to be able to get a lot of good, juicy nuggets out of it, is my experience being a professional and being a member of our mutual networking group, which is LeTip of Hackensack.
Awesome.
So I'd love to talk about it. And I think I have a lot of color to add.
Absolutely. So yes, we social media, there are some rules, and companies have rules, but they what you want to talk about. So for long story short, if you have any financial questions, Matt's the guy to ask for.
Absolutely.
Ask for it. He's the best in the business, so you definitely want to talk to Matt. But we're gonna get to know Matt personally and his experience in LeTip. So Matt, how did you find LeTip?
Okay, so I was working in Hackensack, and someone that was in my office had been to a meeting, and he was invited by like a regional person who I believe has since passed. This guy Cy Schaefer, and he really started LeTip in New Jersey, and they had an existing group in Hackensack. So the gentleman that went to the meeting, he wasn't able to make the commitment. So he came into my office, and I was only about 27 years old at the time. And now I'm 51, so it gives you an idea how many years ago that was.
Nice.
So he came into my office and offered the opportunity to go to the group. So he connected me to the realtor in the group at the time, and I called her, went to the group on a Wednesday morning, and that was my first introduction to networking. And within, I think, the following year, I became the president.
Wow.
After
6 to midnight. Wow.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe if not that following year, the next year. But it was when I joined, the president was a chiropractor, and then I think he was on like the second year of his 2-year term, and then I came in and did a 2-year term. And I used to invite people to meetings all the time.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, especially early in my career, it was a little bit hard for me to talk about what I did, and being shy at times and everything. And LeTip almost became like a crutch for me, where I could invite somebody if I met somebody, and they
were like an icebreaker.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. Hey, you want to? While I was networking, meeting people, give me something to talk to people about, invite them to a meeting, and over the years, I brought in. I guess is it 50 people, and I was able to. So now I actually have the free membership.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I don't have. We don't have the exact numbers here, but you've brought in a ton of members.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's how you've been doing it? Just using it as an icebreaker and talking about it? Like, what do you have maybe a tip or two of how you're able to bring in so many members? You're the king, the king of membership over here.
Absolutely. So what I would say is you do have to keep it front of mind. So if somebody is in, either an unusual profession, because keep in mind the major categories by a larger group like ours are going to be covered, right? Yeah. Like we have the the realtor, we have the real estate attorney, we have the mortgage guy, right? Mm-hmm. We have the financial advisor, the insurance agent, the property insurance agent, all that stuff. So whenever I meet someone that's in a little bit of an unusual business, and sometimes those people are looking for business from me, right? They're approaching me in a networking fashion and everything like that, and and I'll invite them to the meeting. And a lot of times people are already, oh, I'm already a member of this group or that group, right? They're already a member of a group that's like our LeTip group. But if, every once in a while someone's unfamiliar with it and they really appreciate being invited when they experience the meeting, because there's nothing like that, being in a group like ours, like a really top functioning group like ours, that, where you get that exclusivity, right? So there's only one financial advisor, there's only one real estate attorney, there's only one personal injury attorney, right? And that first experience could be a rush for a person really looking to build their business. And then if somebody is a part of an existing like-minded group, I say, look, you got to experience our group, and maybe you can quit what you're doing and come join our group. And that's happened, and that's worked.
Yeah.
We're even people that there was even a case of somebody that was in a different group that met at the same diner just on Thursday mornings, and they would quit and join our group.
Yeah, it's definitely about the vibes. And
yeah,
the great part about LeTip, we have like the LeTip Wired app. So let's just say you met someone who like a real estate agent. We already have a real estate agent in our chapter. Shout out to Sheldon. We already have a real estate agent, but there's other chapters in New Jersey that they might not have a real estate agent. You can, redirect them and help them find a chapter nearby.
Absolutely. And you still get credit as a sponsor, and it gives you a lot of psychic energy and knowing that you're helping that person.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really terrific. But LeTip has, what I found was once somebody became a member of LeTip, it just deepened the relationship that to the point where referrals from them became a home run. Like Mark Band, for example, he's our accountant in our chapter. I knew him for 3 years before a spot opened up for him to come into LeTip. So I never, in all those years of knowing him, we had lunch and we had met. He had stopped by my office. I had been to his office and everything, but I never received a referral from him. But then once he was in LeTip and he saw me every week and really got a chance to hear me speak all the time, and he knew that I knew his business really well, he started to refer me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's usually a tip or trick that a lot of people will say to newer members is like, don't just come in and think, business is going to fall from the sky right off the bat. You got to build relationships, and you got to, see these people on a regular basis. So, and help them. So you helped Mark get in the group, and then he was appreciative and started throwing business your way.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I was able to refer to him as well. And like you said, there's always the, I've always been a little jealous of certain companies where everybody needs what they have right away. Right? So the person that always seems to do all the business is John Wilkins, right? He's our property and casualty guy, and everybody needs car insurance, right? Everybody needs homeowner insurance. Everybody needs that stuff. So why not let John price it, and maybe and he does a good job. He does a great job. Yeah, he gets a ton of business. But for other people where it's a little bit more of a stretch, then they have to wait and be patient and develop those relationships and deepen those relationships. Yeah. And he's done a great job of deepening all those relationships. And him and I have really developed a great relationship now, to the point where he brought me on to one of the charities that he was working with, which is called the Community Chest. Yeah. And for the third year in a row, we've had a golf outing that him and I have co-chaired. Yeah. Right. So yesterday, we went to a golf outing, which was somebody that I had brought to the Community Chest outing, that invited him and myself to this golf outing yesterday. So it's even like, so once you start connecting mutual networks, then bigger stuff starts really happening. Yeah. Yeah.
All about relationships.
Absolutely.
Relationship is the name of the game.
Yeah. Definitely.
Awesome. Great stuff.
Yeah. But I've been a member of LeTip. So for what is that? So I don't know if it was really. I don't know exactly.
We're not trying to date you. We're not trying to date.
It's over 20 years.
Around 20 years.
It's over 20 years. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'm sure Pat, who's our regional guy?
Paul Delaval.
I'm sure he could look it up in a jiffy.
Absolutely. Our East Coast VP. Shout out to Paul.
Yeah, but I think it's like 1999. So you're talking like coming up on 24 years.
Nice. Yeah. So as a vet, any tips, tricks anything you like to share with the people at home that, maybe they're a newer member, maybe they're struggling, just like, anything that you could tell your earlier self, your past self, on tips and tricks of LeTip, like the way to work the LeTip.
So, a lot of what Craig, our president, Craig Andrulli, talks about in the meetings is true, right? And I was always good about that, like being consistent, showing up on time, not leaving early, right? And that actually, that's not true. So in the beginning, I did show up late here and there. And then once I was president, I couldn't show up late anymore. So that's one thing. So taking the leadership role forces you to take a lot of responsibility for the meeting, right? So you have to. I had to be there early. I had to stay late, clean up, right, do all the stuff, and at one point the chapter got very, very low in membership, which is natural. Once you have a leadership change, you do lose some people, right? But then we were able to add people back and really grow the group. But that's it, yeah. So the LeTip does have rules for a reason, right? So and that's it. One of the things, somebody, I don't know who said it this way. Look, maybe it was Sheldon. This is a meeting. Put it on your calendar that you're making a commitment to be at this meeting, so you don't schedule anything over. It's probably Eric. It's something Eric would say. Eric Garcia, right? Put it on your calendar. It's on there. Don't schedule another meeting while you're going to LeTip, right? And then, all the best networking within the group happens before the meeting and after the meeting, right? So you want to be there early and be prepared to leave late, right? The other thing, which is kind of obvious, and that I've learned over the years, you can't be shy in a group like this, where sometimes people are in the group and they don't necessarily pay attention, right, to what you're talking about, or they don't necessarily. Sometimes they don't care, right, what you're talking about. You have to kind of get in there and build that relationship with them, right, so that they, that you get their attention, because that could be a great client for me, right? And if I just kind of wait for them to approach me, it might never happen. So I do have to be proactive. The visitations become very, very important. I remember there was, I think it was while I was president, there was an insurance agent that joined, and he made it a point to visit every single person in that group. Now, there wasn't 70 people there, right? There was probably, 15, so it was much easier. But he did it. As soon as he joined, he went and visited every single person. So if someone has if someone joins a group like ours, LeTip, that's a great idea. In fact, I should even do it. I should make it a point to visit every single person that's in that group. Because even though we have visitations, sometimes, especially with the pandemic, right, we were doing visitations virtually, or sometimes people just don't come up on the schedule, right, for you for a while, because people come and go. But I think it's so important to make time to visit people and go see their place of business and everything. And look at this right here, right? I'm in your studio. We're doing a little live broadcast, and it's incredible. I'm seeing myself on camera now. I'm blown away by this.
Absolutely. And like we said before, it's all about relationships. So those visitations help you build those relationships. And what we've kind of done here is, now this conversation that we have to get to know you, not only can we have it with you, but now everyone online can have it with you too. So we're like pouring gasoline on it, and hopefully the members watch it and share it. So now their friends and family get to know you a little bit better and build that relationship. And, we all grow together. That's the whole goal, right?
Yeah. And Doug, there's one thing I've learned that it took me a few years to really believe it, but the mass broadcast appeal, just the sheer numbers that someone like you can get through social media and broadcasting is so infinitely bigger than anything that I could do, like calling people or so I really do appreciate this. This is enormous.
Oh, absolutely. And thank you. And that's what we try to tell the group is like, look, you have your visitation and you have these meetings that's just, one-on-one, or you have word of mouth, you're telling your friends. This is word of mouth on steroids. Now I can, give you a testimonial and share with all my friends and put it in groups and all that stuff. So, it's there's the power of social media, not because it's what we do. It's just, it's a powerful tool, and we're trying to maximize it for our members as much as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I guess a lot is evolving from when you first got on LeTip, and now here Visitation is a live stream podcast. So I'm sure there's some things that have been pretty cool to see evolve in your time.
Yeah, yeah. The presentations, right? So a lot of people love, and you facilitate that. In fact, when you're not there, people are a little bit shy to use it, but a lot of people use the television for their presentations, and they have PowerPoints prepared and everything, and that's almost become the norm.
Yeah,
and we never used to see that. In the days when we were in the diner. First of all, someone had to bring a screen and
no TV in the diner.
Now we have a TV on the wall, and you plug your laptop in, and I'm sure you're helping people make those presentations, and it's that's absolutely incredible. The fact that really people used to kind of, when it was a smaller group, people would stand up, they knew they had like half minute or 45 seconds to present when the bucket passed around. Now they know they have 15 seconds to force everybody to be a little bit sharper, a little bit more to the point. And presentations, we stepped 10 minutes, but if it went 15, it was no big deal. Now people have 7 minutes. You got to be direct to the point. And we have 3 speakers, right? You get it through. When we have a mixer, it's a big event. Even when we have a party, even if less than half the group shows up and people are bringing their significant others, that's still 70 people right there, right? That's everything's big. Absolutely. Everything's bigger. Everything's a little bit better. Everything's a little bit more profitable.
We have a Flavor Lab. Shout out to Casey at Flavor Labs. We're doing a mixology class, and it's like first come, first serve because she can't fit 70 members. So whoever signs up first. So that's a reminder. If you haven't signed up or RSVP'd, you better get on it.
So we did an employee appreciation event at the Flavor Labs.
Awesome.
Yeah, did I show you some pictures from it?
No, I didn't see it.
I have to. Should I text it to you now? So
all
right. So
we have to do it right this second. Yeah, do it right this second.
But then we can show them this part. But So we took a ton of pictures. We had she did a basically pizza making first, and then cupcake making.
Nice.
And then the pizza served as the meal, and she had food out, like some food out when we got there, but the pizza served as the dinner, and then the cupcakes were turned into a competition.
Nice.
And people took it very seriously. And I was really excited.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was one of the judges.
Nice.
I got to come in and taste, and we made a consensus and everything, and the winner was very, very happy. Nice. But saw some creative recipes too, and everyone loved it, and they want to do it again.
Absolutely. It's great over there. You gotta check it out. Shout out to Casey. Casey getting a lot of people getting shout outs today.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm mentioning a lot of people in the group. How about this? Any member come to mind that you want to give a shout out? Someone you're working with, or someone you got a project going on? Anything come to mind? You want to give any more shout outs to our great team?
I just had 3 trees removed. By A&H Tree Service.
Nice.
And in fact, it was 3 trees for the price of 2, which I can explain. So what happened? So one of the trees is one of the town's trees, and they denied it. It's their tree, so they took it down. They didn't charge me extra for that. Nice. But they have a high tech system. Make the appointment. People came in, give me a price, right, and then they start texting you to agree to this, agree to that, and everything. And then I did get a LeTip discount.
Nice.
Part of the group. And then once the trees were down, I didn't understand how much they were really bothering me until I saw them removed. And then, I felt the sense of relief that, wow, these trees are gone, and the appearance is so much better. So A&H Tree Service. So absolutely, you got to show this to them. Holmes Orego is the owner. I haven't seen him in years, but he used to come to the meetings. And now it's Maria. She comes to the meetings.
Nice.
So definitely,
awesome. Were those trees like getting dangerously close to the house? And that's why
No, they were dying. They were dying. Yeah. So 2 of them were actually dead, and one was pretty much dead. And they were overgrown trees that there's so much shade in my backyard that the trees kind of have to get pretty high to get any sun, and they just became eyesores. And so I knew they had to come down.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Any other engagement with a member currently that you want to talk about? A little testimony. We got the J&H. Anybody else that you've been hanging out with?
Let's go. I gave a lot of it. So we had the employee appreciation, Casey, right? With John Wilkins. I just spent a lot of time with him yesterday. Great guy. pretty much I can't think of an insurance professional in New Jersey that's better known than him.
Mhm.
He's pretty much top of his game with property and casualty.
Nice.
Who else? We mentioned Craig Andrulli,
Mhm.
one of the top mortgage brokers in the state,
Mhm.
right? Mortgage bankers, excuse me.
Okay.
Mortgage bankers, right? So Craig Andrulli, Bond Street Mortgage.
Mhm.
We mentioned Sheldon Neal,
Yeah.
Remax Real
Mhm.
Estate, right? One of the top realtors in the state,
Mhm.
in the country, and probably the universe.
Yeah.
Maybe Galaxy. What's bigger? No, universe is infinite, right?
Yeah, universe is
infinite,
everything,
infinite,
I think, right?
infinite,
Yeah.
yeah.
Galaxy is just a piece of the universe.
And then over the years, I've had a lot of great experience. I gave Josh Kaplan a referral this week, so I'm very excited about that to write that up. As there used to be a limo company that left the group, and I just used them and had a great experience with them, and so we should get them back.
Right.
But that's it's in Alpine. It's Josh Schneeweiss. I think it's Premier in Alpine over there on Closter Dock Road in Alpine.
You took a limo to prom?
No. I wish. You know what? Unfortunately, my mother died.
I'm sorry.
July 25th. So that's what prompted the tree service. You know, a lot of people from the group did come. Tony Del Bono came to my house, and Tony actually, I do have a new kitchen from Tony.
Nice.
So he's been a tremendous resource, and every time I have a question about something, I can call him. And a lot of cards from people within the group. George Aslan, I worked with George Aslan very closely with my parents' house because my father had died first, and we moved both of them out of the house, and we sold the house eventually. And George Aslan really did a lot to help me get the house cleaned out, where he sent his guys over and was there as a resource where I could ask a lot of questions and everything. And then likewise when I did my kitchen, George did the post-construction cleanup, which was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. But there's constant interaction with everybody in the group.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mark Band, we have so many mutual clients. And I've become a source for him when he has financial planning questions, and likewise, Celeste Ammerman. Celeste has brought me in to work with some of her clients. And likewise, she's helped me with some of her clients, and she's become a resource. And Carl Shoemaker and I did a workshop together, which you came in and filmed.
Yeah, we filmed it.
Yeah. So shout out to you for being there.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, it's a big family, and we're all helping each other grow, and it's a great resource.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this and you're not part of the TIP chapter, shoot us a DM, put a comment in the comment section. We'll reach out to you. If we have a spot in our chapter, we'll definitely have you be a guest. But maybe there's a chapter. If we don't have that spot for our chapter, there's chapters all across the nation that we can help you find.
Junk luggers also helped me get my house cleaned out. And then this past weekend, I saw them down the block from me.
Nice.
They were cleaning out someone else's house. So that was incredible.
Nice.
Yeah. So they were just there. But yeah, I mean, it's really become a core of my business, and the core of my life develops some very, very deep relationships from that chapter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We are live, so if anyone at home has a question, comment, concern, you could put it in the comments section. We can answer it live with Matt today. Anything else LeTip related that you want to touch base on before we move on to our next subject?
Next subject.
Oh yeah, we got more subjects. Anything LeTip related you want to touch base on? Anything coming up? Anything you want to talk about before we move on?
No, that's it. I'll leave it. Show up and speak up.
Nice.
Right?
I like
Those
it.
two things.
Show up and speak up. I like it.
Take a role.
Nice. So let's get to know Matt a little deeper.
Sure.
Personally, and I think the best way to do this is with our speed round.
Oh.
Yeah. Are you ready for the speed round? I don't tell anyone about the speed rounds. It's spontaneous and it's supposed to catch you off guard. Are you ready for the speed round?
I am ready.
All right. So, Pat, let it rip. So this is the first thing that comes to mind. I'm going to ask you questions. Whatever comes to mind, it's easy. So, Mr. Libyen, what's your favorite food?
Chinese food.
Nice. Favorite dessert?
Ice cream.
What flavor?
Banana.
Nice. Banana ice cream. I've never seen banana. I've seen a banana split, but never seen banana. I have to check that out. Favorite movie?
Oh boy. You know what? This is gonna be really unusual.
Yeah.
But The Postman. It's like a guilty pleasure. I love it.
All
Remember Kevin Costner?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
All
The
right.
critics didn't like it. But.
All right. The critics don't like. All right. Favorite TV show?
I would say all time, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back. Miami Vice.
All right. All right. Nice. I like it. Favorite show or movie on streaming services? Netflix, Hulu. Do you watch any of those?
Yeah, all the time. Right now I'm watching Rough Diamonds.
Nice.
We watched. We had a break in between, but just 2 nights ago we watched that. I loved watching the show with the As If the Nazis Had Won. I forgot what it was called, but that was an Amazon show. I watched that. I watched a lot of stuff, multi-seasons, things. There's a lot of stuff I didn't see that everybody else seemed to have seen, but I just it's hard for me to start a new show. But I loved White Lotus.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Favorite sport?
Football.
Nice. Favorite team?
Giants.
Nice. Got a good season coming up for us.
Yes. I have tickets this year.
Nice. Very nice. Favorite thing to do or favorite hobby that has nothing to do with work?
Well, I golf. Sometimes I'm great. Sometimes I'm horrible. I exercise, do hot yoga.
Oh, hey now.
Yeah, not all the time, but at least once a week I get in there and do hot yoga. Yeah, nice. I wish it was more. Yeah.
Awesome. Favorite thing to do on the weekends?
I go to synagogue on Saturdays.
Nice.
And after the service, we have an amazing lunch, and I get to connect with a lot of people and talk to a lot of people and everything. So that's one thing. So I have a little bit of a routine. So every Saturday morning, I wake up, I go to hot yoga.
Nice.
I come home, shower. I go to the synagogue, have an amazing lunch. I come home, I take a nap a lot of times, and then I wake up, and then usually my wife wants to order something for dinner, and we'll order usually sushi and have it around the table. Nice. And that's So it gets to be a routine. And Sunday morning, I go to the gym and work out, and in the afternoons I try to get something done, like around the house, or sometimes I go to the office. Also hobbies. I just got a fish tank.
Nice.
An enormous fish tank, and it gives me great joy to feed those fish every morning.
Awesome.
Yeah. I can't wait to show you a picture of it.
Absolutely, Pat. You could cut the timer because Matt has definitely survived the speed run.
Oh wow,
Matt has survived. So you tell us about this aquarium that you just built.
Yeah. So I was my office right next to where I was sitting, and I had where I was sitting. Right. Let me back up. So in the winter, there was a gentleman in my office that was moving to Florida, and he sold me his fish tank for $200. A small fish tank. There was like 6 fish. Since then, 2 of them died. Now there's 4 fish left, but some African cichlids, which are kind of an aggressive fish, and then 2 I don't think they're goldfish, but they look like goldfish, right? So they're in there. And then the gentleman next to me in my office moved to Arizona. So he has this big, gorgeous fish tank. Between the fish tank and the fish, there's like $15,000 worth of equipment there. And some of the fish are very expensive, but they're beautiful, change colors, incredible. And so I had the opportunity to take over his office. So even though his office was a little smaller, and the office where I was sitting had like windows to my left and then windows in front of me. Now I gave up the window in front of me. I have a wall in front of me with a TV on it, and then I have windows here. But behind me is this big, gorgeous $15,000 fish tank.
Nice.
That clients will come in and sit in front of that fish tank and they're mesmerized by it.
Nice.
Yeah. Really, really cool.
Baller.
So I want to have you come in and film it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It really looks sharp.
Nice. So like any sharks in there? Like what kind of fish we talking about?
No, so you have it's freshwater. It's a freshwater tank. So you have like the African cichlids are a big one. There is like a little fish that looks like a catfish, like a filter fish. And then there's some fish that have like multicolored fish.
Awesome.
So they like shine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Definitely got to check it out. Get some video of that, some pictures and video of that. Absolutely. So last chance, anybody out there, if you want to ask a question, comment, concern, put it in the comment section. We'll answer it live. But we got to know Matt Libien, financial advisor. So for all your financial needs, hit him up. Matt, anything else? Anything else you want to add? Questions, comments, concerns?
Well, no, we'll do this again, Doug. You want me to talk about my childhood? I'll come in. I'll talk about my childhood.
Yeah.
All my experience of growing up and being an adult here, and then lifelong Bergen County resident.
Nice.
I went to college somewhere else. I lived in Manhattan for a couple of years, but
nice.
Other than that, it's been right around here in your backyard.
Yeah. So. Definitely. We'll dig into the childhood next episode.
Okay.
Next time we have you, we'll dig even deeper. But yeah, so all good. Ain't nothing else you want to add?
No. Looking forward to doing this again.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, man. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Tip Live.
Thank you. Bye.